Kyle Rittenhouse is, other people have made this point, and so I'm not saying anything new here, but he's going to be like a state representative in 5 years. That's my prediction. 10 years, maybe. Tucker Carlson and other Republican conservative figures are trying to make him into some sort of martyr, even though he did not end up being, he was acquitted on all accounts. Tucker Carlson and Fox News had been following Rittenhouse around during his trial, I believe filming some sort of documentary with him. And as a part of that larger propaganda effort, Tucker Carlson sat down with Rittenhouse for a primetime interview on his acquittal. Here is one part of that interview in which Rittenhouse just states how he wished nothing would have ever happened, and the incident where he murdered 2 people would have never happened. I wish that too. I wish that he did not kill those 2 people. Interesting how he takes himself out of the equation there. And he just is so sick of how this topic is being polarized.
This is not the life that you planned, obviously.
No, it is far from the life I planned. This is something that I wish never would have happened, but it did, and we can't change that. But how it's been how polarized it became is absolutely sickening. Yeah. Like, right or left, people using me for a cause that should never have been used as a cause.
So he was just an apolitical actor, man, when he took an AK-47 like gun, or I'm sorry, an AR-15. I really don't know guns, guys. Sorry if I butcher that. Or he took an assault style rifle and he went to a protest and he killed 2 people and he said he was there to protect property. That was purely apolitical, right? It's everybody else that's politicizing this. Hold, because Rittenhouse chooses to make a political point in like 2 seconds after that.
Do you think you can have that you can live peacefully in this country, unmolested?
I hope so, but I can't read the future. I'm hoping that people go back and understand the facts and be like, watch the trial, watch the prosecutorial misconduct that I believe happened, and realize that I was an innocent 17-year-old who was violently attacked and defended myself.
Because you wanted to clean graffiti and protect a car lot.
And apparently, a lot of people on the left, it's criminal to want to protect your community.
Do you feel like your life's been destroyed by this?
I feel my life has been extremely defamed by it. I don't think I would be able to go out and get a job and not have to deal with harassment. But I'm at a place now to where I have to have people with me because people want to kill me just because I defended myself, and they're too ignorant to look at the facts of what happened.
I'm just, okay, so first of all, he then like sneers and talks about the left. Yeah, I don't understand why this is being so politicized, man. I'm just really disgusted, and I will always be disgusted by how the right is going to decide to make this kid into some sort of victim. If he wanted to go clean graffiti, which apparently was one of his hobbies before he decided to go to a protest with a gun and then ended up killing people and severely injuring a third. If he wanted to go clean graffiti, where the hell were his rubber gloves and fucking sponge, right? I mean, did he want to just like obliterate the brick wall with graffiti on it with as many guns or bullets as he possibly could? It's just like the propaganda effort on behalf of Tucker Carlson. You can't make it up. It's so blatant and it's so disgusting. And, you know, look, he was 17. I understand that. And so it's easier to portray him as the victim of this. And I can understand somebody saying, all right, he was 17 years old and he has the ability to be redeemed, and I believe everybody does. But the issue that I'm seeing is that everyone around him and everybody in the conservative press is basically rewarding him for these actions. He's feeling emboldened by this. He completely seems to feel no remorse. He has removed himself and removed his agency from the murders that he committed. I mean, the way he talks about it in this cold, disconnected way, disassociated way, basically speaks to the fact that he feels and has feels very little remorse and has eaten up the bullshit that's been fed to him, that he was the victim of this situation. So, one, on a personal level, this kid is just gonna probably revel in this new fame, and Madison Cawthorn is offering him an internship, and Tucker Carlson's having him on a primetime interview spot. Like, he's actually learned that when, Tucker Carlson says, "Do you feel that this has destroyed your life?" Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This kid's like a new mascot for the GOP. Has this destroyed his life? As I said, he's going to run for Congress, state legislature, whatever it is. He has a future in the Republican Party. Don Jr. just tweeted out or Instagrammed a Photoshop photo of 2024, his father, putting the Congressional Medal of Freedom on Rittenhouse. Has this destroyed your life? No, everything that Tucker Carlson and Fox News and the Republican Party is doing is ensuring that this kid is set up for success. They are finding him to be a very useful tool so that there are more Kyle Rittenhouses throughout the country. That's what Republicans want. And the fact that they're setting him up as this avatar of conservative aggrievement allows for that. They want to multiply Kyle Rittenhouses. They want to ensure that left-wing protests and agitation is chilled, and that they have a vigilante force that roams the streets and does things like this. The American legal system is like independent of the merits of the Kyle Rittenhouse case, which, I'm not going to comment on because I'm not a lawyer, but I can take a larger view of the way our system is set up and what self-defense laws allow for. And we have open carry laws in a variety of states which incentivize basically murder and getting away with it. We're not cowboys. We're in a civilized society, apparently, or we're supposed to be. And so our legal system has basically set up an incentive structure for more Kyle Rittenhouses. And then pair that with the conservative media apparatus and conservative politicians who are cheering this kid on. Oh man, we're going to see more of this. So just buckle up.
And can I just add one thing?
Yes, Bradley. No longer on the box.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing about this too is, like, I understand that it's hard to parse because, of course, people are like, he's a 17-year-old. He didn't know, like he didn't really know what he was doing or something like that. But at the same time, it's like, if you don't know what you're doing, you have an assault rifle and you put yourself in that position, there's negligence involved. Mm-hmm. So it's like, obviously, like you said, I'm not a lawyer, you're not a lawyer, like, but at the same time, to have no culpability for that whatsoever. And I do understand where to an extent where people are like, oh, like the left is not like parsing the details of the case. But yeah, the left didn't represent the guy legally and keep him in jail to raise his bail fund, Mm-hmm. It's like there is proportionality here in who's using him more.
Exactly. Again, I'm not commenting on the facts of the case, as we're saying. I'm talking about what the implications of this case mean and what the case says about the larger structural reality of America and how conservatives are currently exploiting it. I mean, we saw this with Zimmerman too. When the kid's gonna sell that gun for like $5 million, right? Totally. Yeah.
But like what exactly?
His acquittal. here is one part of that interview in which Rittenhouse just states
What's the theory?